My name is David Miller. I'm an attorney at Michael J. O'Connor & Associates. The new American dream for the injured person is the old American dream for someone who suffered an injury at someone else's fault was essentially be treated fairly in the process. That means that an individual could have a claim and handle that on their own, or with the help of maybe a family attorney or a local attorney, and get a fair result. Treated fairly in the process and come out with a result that falls within the realm of reasonable. If you had a claim, you would call your insurance company. They would likely get in touch with the other party's insurance company, and they would work out the property damage pretty quickly. And then it would come down to giving a statement to their insurance company, determining who was at fault and what the nature of the damages really were. And there would be a process there if there's medical treatment involved, lost wages, and some other types of damages. But realistically, the claims adjuster was there to fulfill promises. The promise was to pay a claim fairly and timely. Things started to change when there's a change in society and a change in the insurance company practices as well. Change in society, I really see it as a change in people not taking responsibility for their actions anymore. We see this daily with folks that don't have proper insurance, either no insurance or not adequate insurance to cover their liabilities. We see it on the insurance company side when they changed their claims offices from being an area where promises were kept to really a place where they're trying to make profit. And the unfortunate side of that is when an insurance company is trying to make a profit, that puts the injured person in a bind. And that can really put some pressure on the injured person for losing their real American dream, which is a good job and holding on to their house that they work so hard for. Insurance companies, they come off as being on your side, to coin one of the phrases, but really what they're there for is to minimize the claim that they have to pay out. They do that in a couple different ways. First off, they'll deny valid claims to force an injured person to file a lawsuit and go through that entire process that may take 2 to 3 years, where a claim should have been paid right up front. And secondly is to make either a lowball offer or an offer that doesn't really completely pay the injured person for the harms and losses. And what that does, if they can draw that out long enough, they put enough pressure on the injured person that they break down at some point. The outside influences come in. The mortgage bill's not getting paid. The kids can't go to, can't pay the college bill anymore. Can't put food on the table. So then that $20,000 offer that really should have been $80,000, it looks pretty good at that point. And that's the way. You do that on one case, fine. I have no problem with insurance companies paying as little as they can. But if you do that, you think about the number of claims that some of these insurance companies have on a yearly basis. You add up those numbers, and that's a ton of profit that really should be paid out in claims and keeping promises. Insurance companies do put pressure on injured workers to file lawsuits. And this is where it becomes important to have the right advocate, the right attorney on your side to help you out through the process. There's many general practitioners that could probably get you through the claims process, but once it gets to the point where you have to actually file a lawsuit and get involved in litigation, that's where you need someone on your side that's been there before, has been through that process, and has gotten good results as a result of going through the process and knowing where the pressure points are. The new American dream is much the same as the old American dream. The problem is how to get there. And this is why it's important to have an advocate on your side that's been there before, been through the process before from start to finish, which means from calling the claims adjuster the day after the call comes into our office to the day where the jury verdict comes down. We've been there before. It's why it's very important for a consumer, for an injured person, to do their research, not just go with their friend or recommendation, the guy on the corner, but to do their research and pick out the attorney that they know has been there before, has a good reputation for results.